Hello and welcome once again to Talking Pictures Podcast. I'm your host David and joined with me as always my co-host Brian. Brian, Happy New Year.
Happy flippin' New Year to you too.
Can you believe this is the first episode of our third year of podcasting? So I don't know if you know this, dear listener, but Brian, fresh logo. We got a new logo. Make sure to check it out. We got a fresh new yellow logo.
SpongeBob,
the year of SpongeBob. So new episode, new year. This is our first episode of 2025. So we're going to be talking about our most anticipated film and television shows for the upcoming year. Something we did last year, went down a hit. So we're going to do it again.
2025?
Yeah.
David, I've already got my 2026 anticipated content.
Hell. Well, we can record that one next if you want. But, okay, so last year we only did movies.
Yeah.
So this time you decided to expand it a little bit.
Well,
So,
in lieu of doing more TV shows in 2024, I think we should include some TV shows for...
do you want to do TV shows first then? Or
Oh yeah, get that out of the way.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, David, I have a few questions for you that you did not plan to ask me. So
Okay, yeah, sure. Fire away.
don't sugar me. I gave you homework. You didn't do it.
I didn't do the homework, no, because I think it's fair to say that you are far more of a TV guy than I am. I think that you watch way more TV than I do, and you anticipate TV shows more than I do.
Fair enough.
The
latter half I'll agree. The first half I disagree.
No, I think how many TV shows are you currently watching right now?
I don't know. I don't have the list open in front of me.
Yeah, but I think that you actively watch more shows and you have more shows that you anticipate and you're looking forward to. And I'm more so after the fact. I'll wait till the show is out and then I'll watch it.
Well, speaking of after the fact, a few of these are after the fact.
Okay.
All right, David. Gonna come at you with some shows that have many long-running episodes and long form of episode lengths to you. So,
And will I watch this in 2025?
yes, or do you even see yourself watching these anytime soon?
Okay.
All right, so these are the long form shows. So
Yeah.
these have many seasons with many episodes with lengthy minutes. All right. Do you see yourself watching House of Cards soon?
I see myself watching House of Cards, but probably not soon.
Okay.
I do have that on my watch list, but not soon.
Okay. What about The Expanse?
No.
Not at all?
No, not at all.
Do you know what The Expanse is?
No.
Never heard of it?
No.
Right, I should educate you on that a little bit more. What about Ozark?
Ooh, Ozark. I could see that being a this year show. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Good.
So I've heard. Yeah. It's on my list. But once again, it wouldn't have been at the forefront of my mind ever.
I was comparing it to Breaking Bad.
And I've heard that, and I've heard that specifically from you.
And it's different, but there's so many similarities, and the characters are diverse and great. It's a great plot. There's so many times where I'm going, how are they going to get themselves out of this situation? So
And
good.
Jason Bateman. I do like a Jason Bateman.
Oh, we love our Jason Batemans. Another one is Mad Men.
Yeah, I will watch Mad Men this year. Mad Men is a show that I watched one season of, and then maybe I was too young, so I watched one season of it, and then never followed up on it. But yeah, no, I do want to watch Mad Men.
I'd be curious to know what you think of it. I honestly can't say what I remember too much of it, but I did watch it all. But it is, it's the show that made John Hamm, right?
Yeah, and I love John Hamm. He's a great actor.
And the last long-running show, which is a commitment, do you see yourself watching The Americans?
Brian, I'm shocked you didn't ask me about another one. Yes, I will watch The Americans. Probably not this year. I can't see myself doing it this year.
Right.
I'm shocked you didn't ask me, am I going to watch The Sopranos? Because the answer is yeah, I'm going to be watching The Sopranos.
This year?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
No fibsies. You're actually going to watch The Sopranos this year?
For real. I'm sick of you saying Sopranos is my favourite show and me not being able to tell you any plot point from The Sopranos except from the only thing I know about it is exactly how it ends. With that Don't Stop Believing and Tony Soprano turning to the door and cut to black. But that's the only thing I know about the show.
How do you know that?
Because that's like one of the most famous like TV endings ever. I mean, I can't help but know it.
You're not supposed to know.
I know, yeah, but sure.
I was saving that for 2026 though, but...
No, I'll get it done this year.
Because it's the same reason I didn't ask you, are you going to watch Yellowstone soon? Because you are.
Yeah, I probably will watch Yellowstone too.
Alright, well, quick fire round, David, with shorter running shows with shorter running minutes in each episode.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Not much commitment with these shows.
Okay.
Bad Sisters.
Yes.
You going to watch it this year?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Man, giddy up.
Hurry up, okay, yeah.
The Legend of Vox Machina.
My instinct was to say no, but probably yes, based on how much I enjoyed Arcane.
Why Arcane?
I don't know, I just like put them in the same category. Maybe it's because of every time that you've recommended them, you probably recommend both of them together.
I've rectified that.
You changed it now to Blue Samurai, yeah.
Yeah, Arcane and Blue Samurai are the pairing. Invincible and The Legend of Vox Machina are the pairing. Vox Machina is better than Invincible.
Okay. Well then, yeah, sure.
Do you see yourself watching Shogun?
Yeah, but once again, not like a high priority to watch.
Alright. What about Three Body Problem?
You're just using this as like a fucking trying to catch me on all the things you recommended.
Man, you should.
Yes, I will watch it. Yes, I will watch it. Yes,
Sounds like someone didn't do their homework.
I will watch it. Oh my god!
Really?
Yes,
Good.
I want to watch it. That's what.
Man, I played the intro for you.
Did you even?
I did.
I don't even remember that.
Man, there's an exam coming up here and you're not. God damn. These kids today. Honestly. The last one, David. Will you watch this year Fallout?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, absolutely.
Get on motoring, baby. Yeah. All right, David.
See, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, see all these things you've recommended to me?
Yeah.
They're all things that I should have watched. These are all things you've watched, and these are all things I should have watched.
Yeah.
And that just goes to my point of that you watch more TV. You're more of a TV guy than I am.
I didn't even mention The Day of the Jackal, so. Okay.
And I do have. I'm going to watch that too, just so you know. The only one that I did for my homework was: are you going to watch any of the Netflix Marvel shows in anticipation for Daredevil Born Again? Are you going to watch the likes of Daredevil, Punisher, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Defenders?
The first two, yes.
So you're going to watch Daredevil and Punisher?
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know when or how I'll find the time because the episode... They're unlike Disney Plus, they're not 6 to 8. They're actually like 13 something episodes.
13 episodes, yeah.
I do see myself watching these because now Daredevil and Punisher are going to be in, Daredevil Born Again. And so because of that canon connection, I don't want to go in too blind. I'd like to know what I'm going in for and see what everyone else is talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Because I understand that everyone loves it. I don't get it because I'm not included. Because now the MCU is acknowledging their existence. It's not now the MCU looking down on them. It's balanced. It's like Kevin McAllister and his mother reconcile at the end. Camera's no longer looking up to her. Go listen to our Home Alone episode. So, David, I think those are those questions I wanted to ask. The question I know you've done your homework for is: what TV shows coming out in 2025 are you excited for?
So once again, I have to reference the fact that you are more of a TV guy. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if your 5 picks here now are more skewed towards new shows as opposed to returning shows.
I got some returning.
You got some returning. Okay, I've got 3 returnings and 2 new shows. But one's a little bit of a cheat. So I'll start from the bottom. I'll start number 5. Black Mirror. New season of Black Mirror to come this year.
I'm looking forward to the sequel to the USS McAllister or Callister or
just Callister, yeah.
Callister.
You're thinking McAllister from Home Alone.
Yeah,
this is our Home Alone episode.
Exactly.
I'm excited for Black Mirror. I think I'm always excited for Black Mirror. I think
I
was a little bit burnt on the last season. I didn't really like many of the episodes last season.
I like the Aaron Paul one, yeah, with the Josh Hartnett. That was the best one, in my opinion. But I thought the show was done.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about the show is that it does so well because it's anthology.
Yeah,
it can come back and go away. Like, do you remember when it came back and it just did 3 episodes?
Yeah,
and then it came back and did 5, and then it came back and did 7.
Yeah,
like it just can come and go, and it's nearly like, oh yeah, we have a certain amount of episodes. They're not ever bound to any limit or time limit or anything like that.
It's just
even releasing like Bandersnatch, an interactive game.
Yeah, I remember that one. It's just that whoever's looking to cough up the money, and they are. No, I get it. I'm keeping my eye open for it, but just one, just half one with a few eyelashes.
Number 4, most anticipated, Doctor Who. New season Doctor Who.
Is it still Ncuti Gatwa?
It's still Ncuti Gatwa. I am looking forward to this because my biggest criticism from last season is the lack of Ncuti Gatwa, the lack of the character of the Doctor. So I'm really hoping that there's more of the character of the Doctor. I think that comes down to Ncuti Gatwa was still filming the last season of Sex Education.
Right.
So there were 1 or 2 episodes where he is in there's one episode he's not in, pretty much. And there's another episode then where he's in a very, very limited role within the episode.
They Boba Fetted him in his own show?
They did kind of Boba Fett him, yeah, a little bit. But I just want to see more of him. You know, I want to give him... I like him as an actor and as a character. I like his portrayal of the Doctor. I just want to see more of him.
Do you like Jodie Comer more than him?
Jodie Comer?
Yeah.
Why would I like Jodie Comer?
Sorry, do you like Jodie Whittaker more than him?
I think I like. That's an unfair thing because I think it's hard to say because Jodie Whittaker has 3 seasons as opposed to Ncuti having 8 episodes, 1 season.
But I know you didn't really like her because her stories were not good.
I like her. I don't like the stories that she's in. I think that she's let down. I think it's a very popular thing to say that she's let down by the writing, but she is. I think that the stories that she's in are very boring and they're not interesting,
right?
You know, and so they're not. They're just not good stories,
right?
And I think that let her down. And I'd love to see her again. I'd love to see her appear again within the show in a crossover episode or something. I'd love, like, don't get me wrong, there is no bad Doctor Who. There is no bad character of the Doctor. So I'd be delighted to see her again. But I just want to see more of Ncuti. Get him a chance to do that. Number 3 is a new show. It's called The Studio.
Why have I heard of that?
I don't know. It's a show starring Seth Rogen as a movie producer.
Now I've heard of it.
Yeah. And it's just him trying to make movies. And it's an Apple TV show, I think.
Yeah.
And just looked like fun. Just looked like, okay, Seth Rogen in a semi-comedic, semi-serious role. And just looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's really showing the hectic chaos of how he's trying to get projects done in behind the studio. And you're going to get some cameos from real life actors and actors playing certain characters. I like the poster they have for it where he's trying to climb a ladder.
Climb a reel, yeah.
And the reel is the film. And it's burning at the bottom. It's a good poster. I like it. It's nice.
Pick number 2 is my cheat, which is a new show, but also not a new show. And that's Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah, take it or leave it.
As in...
New, returning.
New returning. Okay, I thought you were like, oh, you could take it or leave it as a show.
Yeah.
No, it's a continuation of the Netflix show. It didn't start out that way, apparently. It started out as a new take on Daredevil with the same actor.
Yeah.
The same actor playing Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah. It was going to do the thing that what you want James Gunn to do with his DCU. But it's not. And that's good.
It's good here. But yeah, so I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see Charlie Cox and Deborah Ann Wool and the guy who plays Foggy. I can't think of his name right this second.
He's just known as Foggy, I'm sure.
I'm excited to see the 3 of them back together. I'm excited to see him go up against Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. Kingpin has been in a few different things now. He's been in Hawkeye and Echo. Like, he is back in the MCU much more than Daredevil has been. Daredevil was a very small scene in Spider-Man No Way Home and then a limited capacity in She-Hulk. So I'm excited to see him in a full-fledged series, you know.
Did you see Echo?
Yeah.
He was in Echo.
I said he was in Echo.
You didn't say that part.
Oh, what did I say?
You said he was in She-Hulk and Spider-Man No Way Home.
Is he not in Echo?
He is in Echo.
He's in one scene in Echo. Yeah, sorry. I forgot about that. Yeah, at the very beginning. Which is a great scene. Probably the best scene in that show.
Probably.
And so I'm excited to see more of that, you know, in his own show.
Very curious to know what your number 1 is then.
Number 1's obvious.
What's obvious?
Oh, come on. It's got to be number 1 on yours too. The Last of Us Season 2. Obviously.
Want me to just go straight into it?
I mean, go for it. Yeah, I mean, I could be talking about it, or we could get to your number 1 spot of The Last of Us 2.
The Last of Us 2.
The Last of Us Season 2.
That trailer.
How many times have we watched that trailer?
Well, we watched it there the other night.
We did, yeah. I mean, like...
I genuinely have a fear that it's not going to live up to the expectations I have for it. And I'm trying to maintain them to a certain, percentage.
Yeah.
But it needs to match the heights.
I've never talked about a season of television more with my friends than this season that hasn't come out yet. And we're literally all talking about, like, how are they going to do this? How are they going to do that? What episode do you think this will happen in? You know, how are they going to split the story or anything like that? Like, there's been so much talk amongst us as friends about how they will split this season or how they will do things narratively. And the show hasn't even come out yet. Like, that's, you know, the sign of a good... It's a fantastic game, a fantastic story, probably one of the best. It's probably... The game itself, The Last of Us 2, is probably one of the best pieces of media that I've ever experienced. So
I'll go one further, David. It is the best piece of media you've ever experienced.
Oh, that I've ever experienced.
Oh, exactly.
You know me. But it's you have to temper your expectations, don't you? Because of what's to come.
Well, I'm keeping on top of which characters they've casted actors for, and how far they'll go into it. How will they adapt the narrative? But you can't just do the first half in season 2 and the second half in season 3 because it's just going to be too jarring for audiences.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to how they're going to make the second trailer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So where's that land on your list?
Oh, it's first.
Number 1.
Absolutely. All the way. First.
Easy pick.
The Last of Us. You know, I said the same for Arcane not too long ago, but it is the best TV shows of all time. And I said the same for Sopranos there just a minute ago. So, bonus episode maybe. But on from there, right? Number 2. I just can't wait for keeping in lieu numerically of the second season of Andor.
Yeah. You're way bigger on Andor than I am.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't even appear on my list.
See, that's the thing. I'd be curious. We will be talking about Andor in a discussion because I'm making that thing. I'm setting it in stone. But with Andor, the interesting thing about this is it 12 episodes? It is 12 episodes.
I think so,
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. And every trilogy of episodes consists of a single year, or at least takes place within 1 year.
Yeah.
So
that there's to be a year time jump between 3 episode arcs.
Yes. And I think it's very bold and it's interesting, and I think it could be a rush to get to the finish line because this is it. This is going to conclude where Rogue One starts. I was not ready for how good I thought Andor was. I
think it surprised a lot of people.
It did. Honestly, I just toss it up as, and I don't mean toss up as, oh yeah, whatever. No, it is Star Wars for adults, in my opinion. How could you make me care for a character whose fate we already know?
Yeah, it's a final fate as well.
Yeah, but they do. They just make his story interesting. And I think Andor, the first season, has one of the best speeches ever. If not at least the best speech in Star Wars.
No Way Out.
No Way Out? Which one was No Way Out?
Or One Way Out. What was it? The one Andy Serkis gives.
Not that one, no.
Oh, you're giving a different one. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not the one Stellan Skarsgård gives.
Oh, it's the Fight the Empire.
Fiona Shaw. The Fight the Empire speech. Fight the Empire. I got goosebumps as I launched like a rocket from the couch watching that. Literally seeing the birth of the rebellion. Right there. In a little unknown planet where the main players to fight back against the Empire aren't even paying attention to. Anyway, enough on that. Andor Season 2. Can't wait for that. Next one up, right? You know, this isn't even really in order, but I'll just list the next one. Stranger Things 5. I know you're not a big Millie Bobby Brown fan, so...
I'm not a big Stranger Things fan. I think that Stranger Things is like one of those things that, like, for some reason, it just captures a hold on the world. And, like, I will admit, like, Season 4 was really good. But so was Season 1 was really good.
Yeah.
Season 2 and 3, like, whatever. Like, Season 2 was okay, and Season 3 was a bit shit.
No, it wasn't shit.
Well, like, I couldn't tell you anything that happened in it, you know?
It was the one with the mall.
Okay.
All right.
I just think it's a show that like lives in people's minds for some reason. Like, I can't wait for Stranger Things. And I'm like, do you actually like it? Like, it's
Of course we like it.
I don't know. Like, it's just like it annoys me that it's taken 10 years to get 5 seasons.
Money costs money.
Yeah, but like, it just annoys me. I think of the fact that like the first season came out when we were before we were in college, and then we've done 4 years of college, and now we're nearly 5 years out of college, and the show's still not done, and this is season 5. I think it annoys me how long it's taking. You know,
that's the world we live in.
Yeah, and it annoys me.
Fair enough.
But like, don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch season 5.
I don't know. I will admit, season 4 really caught everyone's attention.
It did,
yeah,
definitely.
Right?
Yeah,
thanks to Kate Bush and all that. But Sadie Sink.
Well, Sadie Sink is the standout for me. Yeah, amongst all of those actors,
she pulled my heart from my chest. She's shot to the front of one of the best characters in Stranger Things. Who would have thunk that when they introduced her in the second season? She's not even one of the core. It's all very interesting. The next one, I'm really curious to see, right? It's been announced since the Investors Day. So on the night you learnt of the green light of turning red, Shogun, Lightyear, The Acolyte.
It's a long time ago then.
It was a long time ago. Alien Earth.
Yeah, I did have this on my list initially, but I actually kind moved it off. It, like, I'd say probably Alien Earth was my sixth choice.
Yeah, and it's hard to pick, you know, because you don't know what really, you know, I know what it's about because I did Wikipedia's, and there's no exact trailer, but hey, it's coming out in 2025. Do you know anyone who's going to be in it?
No.
Can I list you one actor who's going to
Sure.
be in it? He's probably the billing name on it. He's probably going to get the "and" in the credits. Timothy Oliphant.
Man, he's always playing sheriffs. That guy.
I didn't say he was going to be a sheriff in it.
I didn't say that he was going to be a sheriff, but I just said he's always going to be. He's
Do you want to
always
know
playing
what? Do you want
sheriffs.
to know who he's going to be playing?
Who's he playing?
Want to guess?
An alien?
No. Funny. But that's actually
Probably an
not
android.
100%.
Yeah.
He's
Sheriff Android.
definitely playing an android. I think he's going to be the second. I love when each alien project just has an android in it.
Yeah. I love an android.
I love it. Yeah, it's great.
And I love that you don't know their motivations. Like, obviously,
It's all very questionable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's uncertainty with them. But it's come from Noah Hawley. He did Legion and he's done all the Fargo shows. So I think, hopefully,
you got faith in it
yeah.
based on that. Yeah.
What I don't have faith is his plan to do it for the next 10 years.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, sure. Okay.
So anyway,
10 years, that's like
and
2 seasons of Stranger Things.
and this this is taking place before the original Ridley
Yeah,
Scott
yeah,
one.
yeah,
And
which is strange.
Before Prometheus, and so this.
No, I think it's after Prometheus, but before Alien.
I don't know.
I think it's set like 50 years before Alien. Prometheus is a more...
It's too early to talk about that.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
But it's hopefully it's a good solid story and one self-contained like Alien Romulus was.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's a good title, Alien Earth. Have you any idea what my fifth one?
Couldn't possibly think what it
No,
would be.
it's a new one. Probably going to be 6 episodes. Amazon, Michelle Yeoh, Hunter Schafer.
Oh, Blade Runner 2099.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got there eventually. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I did think about this too, but once again, didn't put it on here because I haven't seen anything from it.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Blade Runner 2099 because it's just the world, isn't it? Like, it's one thing that Ridley Scott created, but when Denis Villeneuve got his hands on it.
Yeah. See, I'll tell you, here's another reason why why it didn't make my list.
Why?
I love Blade Runner 2049. I hate Blade Runner.
Do you actively just hate it as a movie, or do you just don't like it?
Like, I don't like it. Like,
Right.
I just find it boring, and I don't actually like that noir story. I much prefer it in the 2049. So I can't say
But
that.
it's another 40 years ahead, so you know, or is it?
Yeah, I
50
know.
years?
So it's 50 years ahead.
50 years.
So that's just why, because
I'm dyslexic.
of the two projects I've seen
Yes.
in that world, I like 50% of them. So I can't 100% say I'm really anticipating this, because
But you can 50% say you're.
I can 50% say yeah. So that's why it will be number 7 on my list. You know.
This one's been in the waiting for a long time. It was originally supposed to shoot in Belfast. Yeah.
And is it definitely confirmed for 2025?
Yes.
Okay,
If it's not,
you'll take it back.
I'll buy a pizza.
Okay, I'll hold you to that. This is on recording.
Yeah, it's on record. But I think we spent enough time on them TV shows.
Yeah.
I
You want to
think-
move on to some of our most anticipated films?
Yeah. You know, if we really look into it, I think we've got 12, 34, we've got 15 movies. Dave has got some rules and regulations.
Here's the thing, okay?
He's making me work within certain parameters.
Listen here, okay? You bastard over there on that couch.
What?
And you listen here.
Insult me in your own.
I do you people a favor, the people listening at home. If this was up to Brian would be like, here is every movie coming out in 2025, and here's why I'm excited for it. I have to say, okay, Brian, we're doing 10. And he's like, oh, but I really want to do 15. And I go, you can do 2 honorable mentions. Okay, but I have these films that are undated, so could I throw in a few of those? I'm like, okay, fine. Like, it's genuinely raining this kid back here. And like, genuinely, anytime we do like a bonus episode where I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll do 3, and he's like, oh, but I have 6. I'm like, we're doing 3, Brian. I rein this guy in for you, okay? So here we go now. Brian wants to do you want to do your 3 undated films first?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But I've chosen these specifically because I truly believe these will be released in 2025.
But there's no confirmation on it just yet.
No, but I chose a movie last year that was undated, but it got a release date.
What was it?
Ministry of Ungentlemanly Shite.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I was just looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And it ended up being not as great anyway. So I'm looking forward to Deliver Me From Nowhere.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
Nope.
It is the Bruce Springsteen biopic.
Oh, okay, yeah. You're a big biopic man. Yeah.
I like music.
You're a big biopic fan. I'm a big Jeremy Allen White fan. So
Let's mix the two.
we got these two together. Yeah.
Exactly. I am looking forward to The Smashing Machine.
Yes. Okay. That's the.
You know what this is, do you?
Yeah, this is the Rock film with directed by Benny Safdie. This is the first time I've seen a promotional image from a movie starring The Rock where I go, oh my god, he's playing a character. He's not playing The Rock.
Genuinely.
Yeah,
This
and
is
that's what is exciting.
this
about
is probably the closest we'll ever come to Dwayne Johnson gunning for that Oscar.
it. Yeah, and Benny Safdie is a great director.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it, Uncut Gems or Good Time,
Yeah.
great films, both directed by the Safdie brothers. This is great. So
It's gonna be a tragedy movie. It's hard to watch. Like I it's undated. Guarantee it's gonna be in 2025.
I think you're safe to say 2025 on that one. Yeah.
My last one I'm looking forward to because I'm just loving how they're gonna portray this. I wanna watch this process as if I'm there watching the events unfold. It's called Nuremberg.
Okay.
It's got Rami Malek in it as the psychologist, or he's a doctor, and that's all you need to know. And he's going to determine if the highest Nazi ranking official, that's not Hitler, played by Russell Crowe, to see if he's fit to be judged in court for his mass genocide. And the Nuremberg
Trials. Yeah.
trials, exactly. Well, I know who's playing the judge.
J.K. Simmons.
Michael Shannon.
Oh, sick. Okay, yeah, awesome.
Class cast, right?
Yeah.
So, looking forward to this movie. I know it's filmed and it's shot, most likely to be released in 2025. Probably an Oscar contender. Maybe all these stream movies undated are Oscar contenders. Who knows? But looking forward to them. Do you have any undated movies?
I do. I've got 3. I'm gonna go. Instead of going 3, 2, 1, I'll go 1, 2, 3 because number 1, The Smashing Machine. You've just mentioned it there,
Oh, nice.
so I'm excited for that. Like I said, just seeing Dwayne Johnson.
You saw the pic, right?
I just saw that picture and like that genuinely was enough. And I'm like, okay, great.
Go on YouTube or no, go on Dr. Google. Type in Dwayne Johnson, The Smashing Machine. You'll find the image.
And it just looks like he's going to play a character.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm excited about. Like, The Rock parades himself around as the biggest movie star in the world, but every single role I've seen him in, he plays The Rock. He plays himself. There's no difference between any of his characters. So I'm just excited to see him act.
Yes.
You know? Next one, Predator Badlands.
Really?
Yeah. I think
That's got a date.
it's undated.
It's got a date.
Well, it's in your list as undated, and I used your list. So you fucked me over.
Pick another one.
Well, then, okay, I've only got 2 then. So then the third one I had was called Bando Stone in the New World.
What?
Yeah.
What?
This wasn't even on your list.
What
I
is it?
found this one separately.
You prayed of that.
I am. This is a film
It's a film.
directed by
It's
and
got a
starring
director. Yeah.
Donald Glover. This is a film that
Okay.
he created, and it.
There's a trailer for this, isn't it?
There was a trailer for
but
this.
there's
yeah.
no release date.
No, this was a film that is created, and it's a visual. It's essentially a visual album. It is a film that is to companion his most recent album.
Gotcha.
He did it previously with a film called Guava Island, where it is just a basic film, like a very basic premise, but a lot of the set pieces are for essentially kind of mini music videos, all laced through a story, and that's the case with this.
Is it a musical, like, though? Is he going to break out in song and dance?
Yeah, but not. But I wouldn't classify it as a musical. I would say that it is a feature length music video.
Okay.
That from sequence to sequence there is story, as opposed to how you would envision a musical where there is plot and it's interrupted by story.
Yeah.
Or sorry, with a plot
Interrupted.
It's interrupted by
Speak for Joker too. Oh wait, no, you like that.
in a normal musical where it's a story interrupted by music.
Yeah.
I would say that this film is probably music interrupted by story. And
That's actually quite. That's an interesting way to put it.
so that's
I saw the trailer. I didn't even put it in my 2025 list. Never mind my watch list.
well, it was initially 2024, and he just didn't release it.
I
I saw him like post about it on Twitter or something like that, and he's like, "Yeah, maybe I'll just release it like on a random Wednesday." Like it's fully just like up to him when he posts it.
I just don't know if it's going to be good though.
No, I never said that these films were going to be good. We're just anticipating it.
All right.
I'm just excited to see it.
I'm sorry I've ruined Predator bad.
That's okay. That's okay.
I try to keep on top of these things, David, but...
Well, don't have a list that says undated and then go, you can refer to this list, and then come at me in the episode on recording and say, that has a release date.
Guess what, David?
Sorry, yeah.
God gave you eyes. You can check in the list if you select from icon to column, and you can say, oh yeah, Brian, I can confirm, has said that these are all undated. Oh, look. That one has a date. Guess I can't
I don't think
pick
it
that.
does. I don't think it does.
Has that hindered now your list into making it into your top 10 anticipated, which your 2 honourable mentions, making it top 12?
Well, I only have one honourable mention, so...
well then that can be...
Okay, yeah, my second honourable mention will be, that didn't make the top 10, Predator Badlands.
Oh, so you already talked about that and you're undated, man. You're wrong about that. What's your other one?
My other one then is Lilo and Stitch.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you would have had that.
As a honourable mention or in the list?
Top 10.
It was. And it got pushed out. Got pushed out by something.
Alright.
But...
Oh, yeah. It's Lilo and Stitch, yeah.
Lilo and Stitch, simple as.
Yeah.
I think that something that we mentioned actually a little bit earlier in the year, I can't say which episode it was, but we talked about the Lilo and Stitch teaser trailer. And we said, oh yeah, there's definitely going to be marketing for this along with every other Disney film.
Yeah.
Like akin to the original one.
Pretty sure that was Moana 2.
It could have been Moana 2, it probably was. Yeah, because they released that poster with him with the coconut. But I saw a trailer for... a small teaser for Lilo and Stitch where and it was accompanying Mufasa.
Yeah, or at least the Lion King.
The Lion King. And
Because-
it was exactly that of him being held up as the Simba.
Yeah.
And I was like, perfect. This is exactly the marketing.
The original one did the same.
Yeah. And I'm glad that they were able to mirror that. So I 100% will be seeing one now with the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Nice.
So that's my other honourable mention. What are your honourable mentions before we crack into the top 10 list?
Don't judge me now.
I'm judging.
Sorry?
I'm judging you straight away.
All right.
You fucked me over on that undated one, so you're on my shit list.
Mortal Kombat 2.
Mortal Kombat 2, okay. Yeah.
All right, just think of everyone we got.
That's like a guilty pleasure one.
Fair enough. Everyone we got in the first movie, mostly, is coming back. Mm-hmm. That includes Kano.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're a big Kano fan.
I love Kano. Mm-hmm. Who the hell doesn't? Kano wins. You fucking beauty.
Can I just say, I'm going to interrupt you here. I went on the list, okay?
Yeah.
Untitled Predator film, directed by Dan Trachtenberg. A secret Predator film releasing sometime in 2025.
Yes. That is 100% true. We are getting that one as well.
Oh.
It's animated.
Oh.
You interrupted me.
I interrupted you to prove I was wrong.
And,
okay,
and
interesting.
I just proved you were wrong.
Okay, my other honorable mention is
I wasn't
apparently
done.
an animated Predator film that I didn't know was coming out, so that's why it's undated.
David thought he was able to pull the rug from under me.
That's the one I went for. That was the one I clicked on. But sorry, I interrupted you, Brian. What were you saying?
Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, Carl Urban playing Johnny Cage.
Yeah, I like Carl Urban. Good guy. Billy Butcher.
Okay, alright, fine. Fuck me then.
What? What?
Well, you're just like, man, we've got time. We don't need to pad the runtime.
I'm not padding any runtime at all.
Alright, yeah.
I'm agreeing with you. I like Carl Urban.
Yeah, you probably... Maybe it would have been nice to get a more perfect martial arts performance there instead. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know, Scott Akins was advocating to be a Johnny Cage.
I've never played any of the Mortal Kombat games.
Neither
I
have
don't
I.
know any of the Mortal Kombat characters. So
This is-
whatever they present in front of me, I'm taking as, okay, this is the best person.
This
for
is
the role.
literally on my list on the basis of the first movie. Mm-hmm. And that movie was pretty bad. But I like Kano.
Mm-hmm.
My next honorable mention, right? It could be bad because this director, Anton Fuqua, has made some not so great movies. Mm-hmm. But maybe the popularity of Michael Jackson will make his biopic $1 billion. Michael Jackson's popular. Furthermore, steam hot rocket shot fire into the stars actor Coleman Domingo. He's playing Joe Jackson, the father. He's could get an Oscar this year for Sing Sing. I'm just saying, like, the Michael 2025. It was pushed from the summer to, or was it spring to now autumn. So shame, but
Interesting. I look forward to seeing the first
Teaser.
First teaser for that.
his nephew's playing.
Michael Jackson's actual nephew is playing him. I think I can't say this now for gospel, so don't take my word for it. But I did hear on another podcast I listened to where they said that they knew someone that was on set, someone as part of the production, and they said it's a bit of a mess of a production, like just in terms of trying to navigate, like, what does the Michael Jackson estate want, and what story do they want to tell, and navigating that whole aspect of it. So it'll be interesting.
I was really trying to avoid picking movies that are going to be end up negative in the after the fact, because I had a lot of them in my top 10 anticipated 2024. I'm trying to avoid that. So
Oh yeah, you want obviously your most anticipated movies you want to be good as well.
yeah,
so
but a lot of mine weren't. So I'm really trying to pick my battles here. So that's why it's not in my top 10. So David, what way do you want to do this?
Last year I went first, so I think I want you to go first this year.
Okay, I'll go first. Number 10, The Accountant 2.
What a strange pick! What a strange pick! You're the only person I know that's ever talked about The Accountant.
It just didn't caught on like John Wick did. It didn't caught on like The Equalizer did. But now we're finally getting a sequel. We're getting more John Bernthal in it. I think it's really unique in its own right for the protagonist being autistic, and he's a hitman.
I think you'll see a lot of discourse online when that first trailer comes out, where people will say, "The Accountant 2, what's The Accountant?" Like, I think that genuinely that first movie is not in people's minds.
Fair enough.
I'd say that a lot of people will have forgotten that there was an Accountant 1, so much so that when Accountant 2 comes out, they go, "What's The Accountant 2? Where was the first one?" And then they will go back and find it. And maybe in that going back, in anticipation for the second one, for people interested, they will go back and see this as a John Wick style film.
Yeah, look, we'll see. What I do appreciate is they feel like they handle their action and choreography in their fights more slow and controlled, and not one hit to the side of the head and someone smashes through a piece of glass. I
can't say much about that first one because, like that, I had forgotten it existed. I forgot there was a second one coming out.
Did you even see it?
Yeah, I've seen the first one once,
right.
But it could have been very easily been like a movie I watched on my laptop. Not giving it my full attention almost.
Gotcha. No, I'm looking forward to it. It's a sequel that I've always wanted. Now I'm getting it.
There you go.
Great.
Happy.
We did a bonus on that. Go check that out. Movies we want sequels for. I did not include that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've never brought this up.
Yeah, because we were getting a sequel.
Fair enough. Yeah, okay.
Want to know another one of that is...
Is this number 9?
This is number 9.
Okay.
Tron Ares.
Wow, what a okay, I hope the whole rest of our top 10 are different, because Tron Ares, what a pick. I'm just surprised.
Really?
Yeah. It's not on my radar at all.
I can't tell if you're faking or not.
No, I'm not. Tron Ares is not on my radar whatsoever.
Is it because it's got Jared Leto in it?
It's not because of that, but also, yes. Two things can be true. It's not specifically because it's Jared Leto. It's just like I don't have that strong of a latchment onto Tron or Tron Legacy.
I've always wanted a sequel to another one. Now, fair enough, it's going to be set in the real world, but who's to say the type of action pieces aren't...
I think we can move that world forward on, like, in terms of, like, AI and, like, within our own world, AI and AR, like, augmented reality and stuff like that we can have an interesting... They'll do it. Like, it'll be visually interesting. Like, that. I don't have any fear of that.
It's got a good cast. It's going to have a great soundtrack, and Jeff Bridges is coming back, probably for a glorified extended cameo appearance, but I don't even know...
Much less so than he was in that second film.
Exactly. But I don't know if Jared Leto was playing the villain or not. And I guess, keeping with tradition, a franchise named after a character, and the character's probably not even going to be in this.
Probably not.
Tron is a character. It's not the system itself. The system's called the system. But Tron's the character. Why can't you just... You can recast Tron.
Yeah.
You can bring in a different actor to play him.
He's in the second one.
Barely a character in it.
Barely, yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I look, it just has to be good, right?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay, all right. Fuck me, right? I was about to say 7, but it's actually number 8.
Yeah.
Predator Badlands.
Okay, I'm liking this. So far, we don't have any mixtures. We definitely will, obviously. But Predator Badlands, yeah. I'm excited for Predator Badlands too. So much so, I didn't even know when it was coming out.
Yeah, well, guess what, David? Wait till you listen back to this.
I sound like a fucking idiot.
I'm looking forward to this because of the great work Dan Trachtenberg did. I actually want him to move off to this because I want him to do a feature-length film on his short film Portal.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be great.
What a feature-length movie with Portal just be great. It's just a nice 90-minute indie, low budget, but a real survivor horror.
I think that'd be a great one. Yeah, absolutely.
I think Dan can do a great job. And this is set in the future. Elle Fanning's in it. He's confirmed she's playing multiple characters.
Cool.
So is she playing a robot, an android, artificial intelligence? I don't know. Oh, sorry, my words. You know what else he said? The Predator is going to be the protagonist.
Okay, very interesting. I think that's that is genuine. I didn't know that. That's great. And I'll tell you for why. Because I like the idea. I like the character of the Predator.
Yeah.
But I don't like any Predator movies up until Prey. Every other Predator movie, I genuinely you can get rid of. I don't need to watch them. But
Right.
Prey, I loved. So whatever he wants to do with the Predator character, that's fine. Do that. So if he's literally going to make the Predator the protagonist,
Yeah.
and
It's something new
it is something new.
after just doing something new.
So I'm in for it. Yeah.
Isn't it interesting that he's now created a new formula for a franchise that was previously considered dead?
Yeah.
Because now he's made the Predator franchise into something that you can now drop the Predator in any era.
It always should have been that.
Should it have been?
I do think that genuinely the Predator is a character who it doesn't matter what the consistency of or what the time period is. Like putting him in that African jungle,
Yeah.
and then the second film putting him in New York. That's great. That is a great concept. Then the third film is
On a different planet altogether.
on a different planet, but it's back in the jungle. And then the Predator
Don't talk about that one.
is just a modern day. Again, like it's just
A
uninteresting.
modern day mistake.
Yeah, it's just an uninteresting scenario.
Yeah.
But then with Prey, putting him back in Native American, like Western 1800s.
Yeah.
You know, no technology whatsoever. It's all stone and
You're really questioning how is this little girl with her bow and arrow and little hatchet knife going to face up this predator? Simple. Downgrade the weaponry of the predators because they're supposed to always advance after every defeat. It's interesting, isn't it?
So I think that's the best thing to do is just always change the setting.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. I'm curious to see how it plays about. I hope they don't, actually fibbed us and say, nah, he's still the villain. We're just, we're following his perspective. Yeah, interesting stuff, David, I think. Moving on. Number 7, right? You ready? I'm still horrified by the Teletubbies.
28 years later.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, because the 28 years later, or 28 days later, it's still of a certain style that is hard for me to root as the number one path I want to follow when watching a movie. Whether it's the editing, the quick, fast, obscure editing, or the unhygienic cinematography style based on the setting, or the frantic pace or nature, or how everything is a go, how not everything's going to be okay. The movie's going to end and nothing's going to be okay. I need to see the movie to change my mind on it, but that's why I have it as number 6. But I'm still looking forward to nonetheless, and I was very eager to watch that trailer, and it did not disappoint. I think I've always wanted a new one for this. I remember hearing 28 weeks later coming out, and I seen it on Advert TV, and it's going to be an extra vision the next week. What a joy. Anyway, David, moving on. Remember when I said don't judge me? Yeah, don't judge me.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 5 on my list, I'm not going to lie. I can't... Well, I'm looking forward to Jurassic World Rebirth.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I am.
Another one I didn't even consider. I think...
Let me tell you this, right? And then you can give me your thoughts. First of all, new cast, back to basics. Survivors stranded on an island, fighting off dinosaurs. It's Gareth Edwards.
and he did a great job at Godzilla.
And he did whatever he did in Rogue One, and you could see his cinematography and the way he points his camera. He likes to aim up from the character's perspective, and they're still in the foreground, and you're gonna see some dinos in the background towering over us, looking down.
I want him to make dinosaurs scary again.
I think he's gonna do it.
I'm not scared by any of the dinosaurs in the Jurassic World.
Back to basic, David. The Steven Spielberg in that whole trilogy, right? Jurassic Park made dinosaurs awe and terrifying. the Jurassic World movies made them sci-fi action adventure.
Yeah.
Gareth Edwards going back to basics with this one, and I'm looking forward to it. It's a nice, concise type cast. It's a little formulaic, but what else are you going to do with it? And David, they're making billions of dollars per movie.
Yeah.
So
like, you can't argue, like, people want them. So
I want it, and I really want a trailer. It's the only one on my list that I want a trailer next for.
I think the main reason it's not on any of my anticipated, on my radar even really, is because it's so soon after the previous trilogy ended.
I bet you're going to change your tune when you get more trailers and you're getting closer to.
Maybe.
I bet you.
I just feel like I need the distance between Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World was massive. To really like, oh man, I really want to go back to Jurassic World, but I'm just so
Let me ask you this:
not interested at the moment.
if that movie was really, really good, if not great, would you be still saying that? Let me ask you this: does this not feel like a spin-off? Never mind a sequel or continuation, because it is. New characters, no one else is in the previous iteration are returning. I think
It doesn't so much feel like a spin-off because there's no other franchise that is dinosaurs. We only have the Jurassic Park franchise.
So you don't want more?
Like, I do, but I want time between. I just want a break from them.
Nah, money makes money.
Yeah. I can't argue with that they cross
I think
billions.
you'll be singing a tune differently to the one you're singing now.
You know what? Any time that I say like a movie looks bad,
Yeah.
I'm happy to be wrong.
It's
I'm always
yeah.
happy to be wrong when I think a movie looks bad and I go in and I'm surprised and it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Don't ever get me wrong. Anytime I shit on something, I'm delighted when I'm proved wrong. So
Down to my number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, did I make a boo-boo?
you did the numbering incorrectly at some point.
Yeah, because I've got like 5 left.
That's okay.
When
Number five.
I should have 4 left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should just go.
All right.
You better not have picked 11 films here.
I think I did. I'm looking forward to Wolf Man.
Wolfman.
Yeah.
Wolf
No,
Man.
yeah. Wolf Man.
Okay.
I've not really seen the trailers. The only thing I'm one concerned about is they're influenced by The Fly.
You don't like The Fly. You're not a body horror guy.
I'm not a body horror guy, so if this guy is going to be decaying from the inside out and
I feel like you're going to see skin ripped open with hair coming out with blood and guts and everything. You're really going to be uncomfortable with this.
it's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Can't wait. Julia Garner, she's got a right year for 2025.
Yeah.
So look, it's high on my list. I've always been looking forward to it. And this is starring the foreigner from Craven.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, great. Okay, great. Yeah.
What's his name?
Don't know. Couldn't tell
Christopher Abbott. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will have to shoot you in the back of the fucking head. He said that from Poor Things.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Remember
I remember him in Poor Things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
You should have said the guy from Poor Things.
All right.
You-
The
guy
asshole-
from Craven, yeah.
The asshole from Poor Things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been waiting for the Wolfman since then. It's that's how much I anticipate stuff. No joke, David. This is not going to be on my radar until that trailer dropped. Ballerina.
Ballerina, yes. Probably one of the worst titles of a film I've ever seen. I tried to put Ballerina into this list, and I
Right.
couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. Why? What's the full title? Click onto it on Letterboxd and tell me what the full title is.
From the world of John Wick.
From the world of John Wick, Ballerina. Just go with Ballerina. And just have the subtitle. Like how Furiosa was Furiosa, a Mad Max saga.
That should not have been titled that.
That shouldn't have been, and neither should Ballerina.
Yeah.
But I agree, Ballerina wasn't on my list until the first trailer came out, and now I'm so excited for it.
I heard Chad Stahelski had to step in to reshoot an awful lot.
Oh, really?
To add in a lot of action because Dan, what's his name? Lyman, the guy who did the Underworld movies, Len Wiseman. He was not up to par. He didn't set the standard. But hey, I'm looking forward to seeing a movie where I get to compare the similar looks between Ian McShane and Gabriel Byrne. I always thought that in my life. Did you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. And I love Norman Reedus.
I love Anna de Armas.
Anna de Armas' class. Isn't it great when you have her in this after seeing her capabilities in No Time to Die?
That's, I think, where I'd say, if I'm not mistaken, that's probably where the director saw her and was like, get her first. Like, because she was great in No Time to Die in her very, very limited capacity. Great scene.
And now she gets to call this her own.
Yeah.
All right, David. I'm sorry I picked so many, but I guess
It's okay because there's some that you haven't picked for me. So
I guess this is all accidental. Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch.
Ah, yeah. This is number 3 for me. Yeah. Even though I fucked up the list, this is third from the first, and I just can't wait for some fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait for some joy.
Every time they release the teaser,
Yeah.
and I hear that song that you were saying,
Roller coaster. Hawaiian roller coaster.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm getting the vibes for it. And,
Yeah.
and they're teasing us a little bit. Like, we haven't seen a full trailer yet. We haven't seen any of, like, Lilo or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for it.
All right, David. Got 2 left.
2 left. What could they be?
What could they be?
I you know what? I'm delighted that you went first because my list is so different to yours.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're surprised, genuinely.
I'm genuinely surprised
All right.
that some of my picks aren't on your list. But 2 left. What you got? Number 2?
Superman.
Superman number 2.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is it, though?
I
I'll tell you why I'm looking forward to...
think these two are interchangeable. 1 and 2 are interchangeable depending on the person.
And you know what? I was trying to ebb and flow it, but what my number one pick had over my number 2 in that of Superman. And I've already talked about Superman why I like it so much. I spent 15 minutes talking about it in our last
Sonic
week's
episode,
episode.
yeah.
So, like, come on. I'm looking forward to Superman, no doubt. I've got a few reasons more why I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four First Steps. That's my number 1 anticipated movie for 2025. All right, you ready? Julia Garner as the Silver Surfer. Can't wait for that. I am looking forward to seeing how Pedro Pascal leads his first build name movie.
Yeah.
When was the last time he's number 1 in the cast in a movie?
Couldn't tell you.
Exactly.
Couldn't tell you.
I bet Kingsman are regretting they didn't even put his name on the credits in the trailers. Shouldn't even kill them off in that.
No. I think definitely Kevin Feige will want this to be $1 billion movie. Has to, like, this is the Fantastic Four. You know, they're putting a lot into this, and I think that they will want this to be.
And I feel like they're making this to feel like it's standing out from everything else,
Yeah.
even more so than the Eternals was.
almost kind of like this is the new MCU. This is a
doesn't
shiny
it?
new coat on the MCU.
I genuinely feel like Pedro Pascal can lead the MCU like Tony Stark or Iron Man.
I think
was.
maybe they want to. You've seen the MCU before, but not like this.
Exactly
This is
new, and I feel like this is also for adults as well. And I'm looking forward to Natasha Lyonne. She's going to be in this. Paul Walker Hauser.
It's got a star-studded cast. I have to say, there's a lot. The guy playing Galactus,
Ralph Ineson,
great voice, and I'm looking forward to hearing him.
and yeah, John Malkovich going to be in it as well. But you, David, know what I'm looking forward to the most.
Eben Moss Bacharach as Ben Grimm's The Thing.
Can't wait. I can't wait. I just can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I can't
Simple
wait.
Brian,
I'm gonna lose it.
That's okay. I'm delighted. I'm delighted that you went first because our lists are completely different.
And I hope you don't rush yourself because we've got a long running episode today.
Now, I know you did like 11 or 12 or 13, however many you picked. I did 10.
I'm
because
sorry.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
Number 10.
I'll be good next year.
10. Sinners.
Yeah.
Sinners is a Ryan Coogler film starring Michael B. Jordan, set in the early 1900s about vampires.
1930s to be exact.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, David. I saw the trailer. It just didn't do it for
Just
me.
didn't catch you.
I know it's going to be good. I know the style is going to be heavy. I know the setting's great. Do you know who else is in it?
Can't think.
Haley Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah.
Excellent.
She's going to be in it. Do you know who else is going to be in it? I don't even know if I want to give this away for you. So
Don't.
I'll actually
Don't
not.
say that, yeah.
But yeah, it's a movie in a setting that everyone was proclaiming Christopher Nolan's next movie is going to be. A vampire movie set in the 1930s. Where the hell did that come from?
I don't know. That was, a big guess, I suppose, people had when Tom Holland was like being signed on. It's like, oh, it's going to be vampires in the 1900s.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But it's like, no, Ryan Coogler's already done this.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
Look, this was always untitled for a long time.
It was the untitled Ryan Coogler film. It was only
Vampire film.
a vampire film. It was only in the last maybe a month or so that it finally get any kind of
And it's
marketing.
I'm looking forward to see Michael B. Jordan play a new character directed by a guy who he's only ever worked with. They've worked together always, and looking forward to it.
and multiple different things with Black Panther and with Creed
and Fruitvale Station.
and Fruitvale Station. Great one, yeah.
But yeah, the trailer just. I guess I'm just waiting for the next trailer to capture my attention. You know what I
That's
mean?
fair, yeah.
So yeah, Cinder. Yeah, looking forward to it. It's coming out in the first. I think March.
March, I think, believe. Yeah. Number 9, Ballerina.
Ballerina.
It's a great trailer. That
It's
I
a
think it's,
fantastic trailer.
I hate when they catch me, because I do hate when this typical trailer thing of like, okay, we're just gonna slow down this song. It's a song everyone knows, but like it just great. It just gets me.
I've listened to. I think it's the best trailer
Yeah,
since the Superman trailer came out. For a
since the Superman.
well, for a 2025 movie.
yeah, yeah.
What I love in the trailer is when it says, "Hold me closer, Tana Dancer," while she opens up the hose you get in the wall to fire water against this guy with a flamethrower. Mm-hmm. That's not an easy task to get yourself out of. Mm-hmm. It's not an easy situation.
Yeah, and I think one aspect of John Wick 4 that I loved was the scene where the camera went up over the scene and we saw it all from top down. I'm really hoping that we get something like that here. And I think that the inventiveness of using the hose against the flamethrower, that's a great shot. And I hope that we get some more inventiveness, whether that be in the action or with the cinematography.
This is taking place between John Wick 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's interesting to see Keanu Reeves introduced in the trailer. I wonder what a lot of, average movie going audience are thinking. Is like, oh, I know who he is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Like, is he? He's like Iron Man stepping in a Spider-Man movie. You know, mm-hmm. It's nice to see. It's interesting to see, and he's got a big role in it.
Mm-hmm. Pick number 8 when you talked about Teletubbies 28 years later.
The Teletubbies, man, are the freakiest shit ever. When they're all in sync, stepping their foot out closer. Mm-hmm. Never mind all the infected.
I wouldn't say I'm a huge 28 days or 28 weeks later fan, so that's why it's not higher. But I am still looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to going back to that world.
It's going to be hot, and it's going to be major in the summer, isn't it? I know everyone's going to be talking about it.
Mm-hmm. I think so. And the fact that we got the second one announced for like January of 2026,
6 months later.
6 months later. That's crazy. Pick number 7. I'm shocked this wasn't on your list. I was expecting this to be on your list.
Okay, I'm only going to guess it's one of two things.
Well, actually, there's a few on here that I'm surprised weren't on your list. But anyway, Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Yeah, I guess the reason I don't have this on my list is because the hype has come, hasn't it? We're waiting for Avatar 2. And
I think you're underplaying how big this film will be.
I am not denying the explosion that is going to erupt when Avatar is released later this year.
But you just haven't had the same time between.
I picked my list based on the movies I want to see immediately. Mm-hmm. In near order. Mm-hmm. If not from top down to one. Mm-hmm. If I had them all ready for me to watch right now, over the course
that's how you do it. Okay.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And Avatar Fire and Ash is not there yet. It could. Hey man, David, you set some parameters with me, man. I can't be picking every goddamn movie that's coming out in 2025.
That's true.
But it's going to be on my watch list as soon as trailers are released. Mm-hmm. Maybe when Fantastic Four is released, we'll get trailers for it. But
I think what's amazing about those Avatar movies is that first one came out and it made the amount of money that it did, and then the second one came out and people and for years people said like Avatar had no cultural significance. The only thing that people remember about Avatar is how much money it made, and then the second one comes along and it makes almost as much money. Like it is. Did it make more? I think it made like 100 million less.
It still made 2 billion.
It still did 2 billion, which is a rare occurrence.
If
in
someone
the world
is saying that is still a failure, stop listening to us.
Yeah. So I think to deny that this next Avatar, I think there's some part of me that says no. Like there's still that doubter in me that's like, there's no way that he'll make the third movie will go to 2 billion. Like movies just don't make that much money nowadays. And I know that I think there's such a diversity in the films, and there's so much people that don't watch films in the cinema. They see stuff on streaming. Like
once they take the originals out before the sequel's released, remove it from the streaming, force them to watch it in the cinema when it's released.
I think there was a period, I think maybe between 2015 and 2020 where it felt like there was way more films that crossed the $1 billion mark.
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
that the last couple of years there's been a real slowdown in that, and I think that that is a lot to do with streaming and with the pandemic and people less going to the cinema and stuff like that. So there is a doubter in me of, will this make 2 billion?
Yeah.
But I just can't deny that these Avatar films do well.
I know.
And they are visual spectacles, and that's why it's so high on the list for me.
I'm not going to disagree at all. I'm just saying my curiosity has peaked for now.
Yeah.
With 2. When that trailer played for number 2, and you see 3 Avatar creatures, 3 Na'vi children running on the trees, and one of them's a human.
That piqued your interest.
There's a story there that I don't know yet, and I'm not going to know until the end of that year. And then the beautiful underwater sequence and the little Na'vi going up and smiling, and one of them looks like Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, man.
Do you know what might be fun?
What might be fun?
Would it be fun to do another review of Avatar: The Way of Water? Because that was our first episode that we did. It's like 20 minutes long, and it was way before we knew how to do this. So it's really short. Like, we did an episode as well on The Fablemans. It's like 15 minutes long. I was like, what are we saying in 15 minutes for The Fablemans? So would it be fun to do like a re-review of, maybe just as a bonus episode, of like Avatar? Just because it was our first episode.
How long did you say it was?
It's like 20 minutes. Half an hour, maybe.
So you're saying we should do a bonus episode that is just an extra 10 minutes then?
No, we do a full-length review for it. I just think that would be fun. That just came to my mind just there.
It's an interesting one, David. Look, David, we'll be singing a different tune down the line, but until then, it's not on my list, but I won't deny anything but the greatness that it will be.
Pick number 6. Wake Up Dead Man.
Yeah.
I'm shocked this wasn't on your list. This is probably the one I'm most surprised is not on your list.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
When I watched Knives Out, I liked it. I liked the creativity of the mystery, and I like my good given mystery movie and the whodunits. But it wasn't the whodunit that I want. It's not the cinematic one that I would go to pick and say that is the best one. You ask me what's the best alien movie, and I'm talking about general terms, alien movie. The Thing.
What's the best whodunit movie?
I don't think I have one.
So by default, Knives Out.
Maybe. I could say,
but you can't definitively say this is definitely the best one.
Well, I could say equally the same thing with Glass Onion. I watched Glass Onion not too terribly long ago, and while I acknowledge the creativity of the mystery and the great writing and the good story and the great character, it's all great. I loved it. It's great. It's good. I feel like the third act, or at least the conclusions, are just gonna be something a character is monologuing and is doing an action sequence, whether it's Daniel Craig or the female lead, and I'm just sitting there a little bit confused on what is actually happening.
I get you.
And it's too long of a sequence for me to go, I'm just confused now altogether. Rian Johnson's too good of a writer for me to follow along. I'm too dumb for this.
Okay.
And I'm loving the cast, right?
I think that is probably a big factor for me, is like seeing the big cast that he assembles and seeing actors work together that have never worked together
and
before.
I think that's the bigger draw for me than what the plot is. You know what else? The setting. Looking forward to the setting. And it's a very creative title, right? Wake Up Dead Man. I think each title references an iconic band and the song they sing. I don't know what the nice one was, but the Glass Onion was the Beatles, and Wake Up Dead Man is U2.
Okay. You have to find out what Knives Out was then.
I don't have to. but as of right now, it doesn't have an exact release date. We just know it's coming
Just
out
this year.
Yeah, it's just coming out in 2025. But here, look, I'll watch it. You know, a nice evening on Netflix.
Top 5. Number 5. Mickey 17.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm surprised it wasn't on your list. I'm going to say that for every single one of these picks.
Really?
But yeah, no.
Over any other one I picked?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I thought maybe it might even be lower down your list, but still.
I liked Mickey 17. I liked the trailer. I liked the creativity. I liked the fact, the juxtaposition of how the original teaser was presented to us, and oh my god, this feels like Nolan or something like that. And there comes the trailer. It's like, this is a slapstick satire playing some.
I'm just surprised that it's not higher because of the fact that it's Robert Pattinson playing against Robert Pattinson, and also directed by Bong Joon-ho. You know, and it's his first film since Parasite, which is one of the best films ever.
Any other movie I've picked on my list, I want to see more than
Fair
Mickey
enough.
17.
Fair enough.
But I'm ready to get a big slap on my face.
And admit you're wrong.
No, and just be glorified by the great movie I'm about to watch.
Fair enough.
Wasn't it pushed?
It pushed it multiple times.
Yeah, to
at this
March.
point now, where it's like it keeps getting pushed to the point where I'm not even bothering to know when it comes out anymore, because if it gets pushed, I'll be annoyed. Where it's just like, okay, whatever. When it comes, it comes. Pick number 4. I've got Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
I bet you're surprised that I didn't pick this.
I'm surprised with all of them. I
You haven't
love-
even watched it, or you
No,
listened to
I've
it.
listened to it,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you for why. Is because those Mission Impossibles, they are so well known for their stunts. I don't want to see those on the small screen. I want to see the first
that small screen over my shoulder.
Yeah, that compared to a cinema screen, it is a small screen. I want to see it on the big screen. I want to see these death-defying stunts take place. I hate seeing the promotional pictures and like behind the scenes stuff for Mission Impossible stuff, because it's so far in advance. Like, what was it, like probably last year we were seeing things that were being shot for this film. And it's like, I don't want to see that. I want to see it in the film. I want to see it in the context. I don't want to see that this is, Tom Cruise, who is, yes, doing a death-defying stunt. I want to see this as Ethan Hunt getting out of this situation and this life or death situation happening in front of him, and him coming up with a solution on the fly. I want to see that taking place.
Have you got an idea what one of the primary stunts is in this
Nope.
movie? Not a clue.
There's planes. I know that there are like propeller planes. That's it.
Okay.
Because there were some promotional images that I couldn't help but see. But I'm staying away from all marketing for it. Like, I listened to the Dead Reckoning trailer, and then afterwards I watched the trailer for Final Reckoning Part 1. That's not getting a Part 2. But I watched the trailer for it because I was like, okay, that this will satisfy my, Mission Impossible want right now.
It just wasn't on my list because, well, I know I'm going to see it. Mm-hmm. I know it's going to be a spectacle. Mm-hmm. I thought Dead Reckoning Part 1 had a better trailer that gave me goosebumps.
Fair enough. I can't say for anything because I haven't seen the second one, so
Nothing to do with the visuals.
just,
The music.
yeah, fair enough.
The music was rendered differently in the Final Reckoning, and it was lackluster compared to the Dead Reckoning Part 1 trailer.
Yeah, fair enough. Pick number 3. I've got F1.
Feels like a documentary, doesn't it?
No.
I know it's not. I know it's going to be a spectacle, like fucking, like I just said. But it's like Top Gun Maverick, but with Formula One.
With Formula 1 cars, yeah, starring Brad Pitt, and it's directed by the same guy that did Top Gun Maverick. So,
It was originally called Apex, I think.
yeah.
Look, I'm looking forward to it, but
It's just not at your...
I just have a list of 10 to 12 to 15 to 20 movies that I want to watch before this.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe that's me saving the quality for last. Maybe that's me saving the grounded, realistic, caught on the day stunts that I'm saving for last. But, because when you're seeing whatever they're going to do in Superman and Fantastic Four, that's not real. Whereas what you can see in Mission Impossible, maybe, but at least in F1, it is real. That's just where I stand on it.
I think for me, it's definitely seeing what I expect, what I saw in Top Gun Maverick, seeing that again, but in a different medium, and that being in
Shirtless
race
men
cars.
playing volleyball or football on the beach.
Yeah. Why? What else would I be talking about?
Few women as well.
No, just the men.
Just the men.
Miles Teller.
All right.
Glenn Powell.
Yeah, I remember you actually really talking up about that. I just like all the fun. Like he shakes.
These guys look like they're having fun. Go
Yeah,
back
he's-
and watch that scene. And Miles Teller, when he catches that ball and just the little body shake, I'd be
Yeah.
like,
That's
no man has ever looked
That's
better.
exactly it. A body shape.
That is the peak male specimen right there. And then final 2, I'm going to do the reverse of yours. I'm going to do Fantastic Four for number 2 and Superman for number 1.
Man, I heard you didn't like the Superman trailer.
I was disappointed with it to begin with, but that doesn't make it any less of my most anticipated film. I'm excited to see it.
Why are you excited for Superman more than
Because I've been
Fantastic
stung
Four?
more by Fantastic Fours than I have with Superman.
Is there anything you're looking forward to in Fantastic Four more than Superman? Is there any one?
The team dynamic.
Oh, okay, yeah. Interesting.
Like, don't get me wrong, these are 1 and 2 for a reason. I am excited for both of them.
Yeah.
But I just had to really look in myself and say, okay, which one am I more excited for? And it's Superman. I'm just a diehard Superman fan. I'm you know, in my heart of hearts, it's Superman over the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, man. Do you want to do a bonus episode where we talk about some of our favourite characters in media?
I think you would be on there. I definitely do. I think so. That's a good one. We should do that. Yeah.
Should
that's
we?
A good one. Yeah.
Should we do 3?
Man, you're spoiling it. You're spoiling it. But yeah, Fantastic Four, for all the reasons you said, that's my number 2. But number 1 has got to be Superman. It's the introduction into this new world. It's David Cornswet, it's Nicholas Hoult, it's Rachel Brosnahan. It's a new take on the DC world. And I think that even though I had, I think, reservations and disappointments from that first teaser, which have since gone since watching it again, the DC universe desperately needed a fresh take and a new style and a new reboot. It needs something new. And I'm glad that we're getting that now.
Well, apparently not. Controversy is over here that David says it's not exactly getting a reboot from the get-go.
Oh, well, we can get into that at a later stage, but it's for all intents and purposes, for the average Joe, this is new. This is brand new. We're moving forward.
It's crazy to think that someone in the audience is going to go into cinema and think this is just a sequel to Man of Steel.
Oh, yeah. Well, you'll always get that. There's always people that aren't as, you know, on the button in terms of like watching. I think most people like average like maybe 5 movies a year going to the cinema. So like,
God, you know, what are you doing with yourself?
They're probably saying the same thing about us when we've a new episode every single Wednesday. So, listen, I think that those, I think I'm most glad that both of our lists are so different, that we got to talk about so many films, and like that, there's so many films that we didn't even get to discuss that are coming out, and we'll get to talk about those over the course of the year. Do you know? So, thank you so much, Brian, for doing this episode with me. Thank you so much for you at home listening. If you enjoyed this episode, we've got a full action-packed year, as you've heard there, of all of these movies that are coming out, as well as TV shows. So make sure that you're subscribed to us on your favourite podcasting app of choice. Make sure that you are following us on all of our social medias. We have new episodes every single Wednesday, as well as bonus episodes every other weekend. We have a bonus episode actually this weekend. It's going to be our New Year's resolutions. So we're going to change some of our habits of watching films. So we're
going to hit the gym, we're going to go do some charity work, and then
no, this is how we watch films.
We're
going to talk about those, and we're going to maybe talk about then how we got on with those in our wrap up of 2026. But make sure to be tuned in for next week when we're going to talk about Nosferatu, the first film of 2025. Oh my god, I can't believe it's 2025 already. But yeah, thanks so much for listening. Brian, any final words?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.